Welcome to another episode of the Frame Second Podcast. I'm your host for the evening. My name is Mike. Next to me, I have Rod.
What up, man?
Next to me, I have Spike.
What up?
Next to Spike, I have Ken.
Hola.
And we are talking about the movie Weapon. And this is the newest movie from Zach Cregger. One thing I didn't realize is this is the same guy that did Barbarian. So
Which I've never seen. I
still haven't seen it?
You told me not to see it.
I don't remember telling you not to see it.
I thought you said don't bother.
No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Or if it was me, I don't know why I would have told you that. Yeah. I really liked Barbarian.
Oh, shit. A lot. Well, I wanted to watch it.
I don't know why I would have told you that.
Of course you have.
No, not of course. I did want to watch it.
I thought you don't like horror. That's why I said that.
I mean, but
so Ken said it.
Said what?
Oh, no, that's why he just said what he just said is what he just
Yeah. I'm so confused. Yeah, I watched Barbarian, but
somebody told me don't bother. No, I mean, that was around the whole time I was watching like all that stuff.
You know what, Rod? I may have said that now that I'm thinking about it, because I didn't like Barbarian on the first watch.
Okay.
So I might have, if I had just watched it, that might have been me that said don't bother. It took me another viewing before I really liked it, because I didn't realize there was one of those message movies.
Okay.
So when I watched it the first time, I was like, this was stupid.
Yeah.
But then when I understood what they were doing and I watched it again, I was like, oh, I get it now. So you know what? That may have been me. So I apologize. But yeah, go ahead and check out Barbarian.
Yeah.
But did you like Weapons?
I did like Weapons. I don't think I had seen any previews of it. And if I did, it was a very short one or something. Like I just remember like the whole kids with the arms out type shit. But
the previews did a good job of not revealing shit. It did a really good job.
That's good. So yeah, but I enjoyed it, man. It was like a mystery horror type situation. So I was for it.
What about you, Spike?
I was really excited about this. I seen one preview, then dive into seeing another one because I wanted to ruin it. But it had me. I enjoyed it up until the end. Because I didn't see Barbarians and I didn't realize he tries to add humor, I hear, into his movies and things like that.
He comes from comedy, apparently.
Yeah, and because I did a little reading afterwards, so I was locked in until that last scene. And I'm like, come on. Interesting. I didn't like the climax, but I liked the movie. I enjoyed it.
We're gonna let that go.
Yeah, we're gonna let it go.
I'm gonna let it go, man. I'm gonna be the mature one. Ken,
are you being mature?
Yes.
Let it go?
Yep. No, you're the one being immature because I didn't even think about that.
You can't help it.
I didn't even.
That's my point. You can't even help it. Your mind is automatically.
We're gonna let that go.
Still says it.
That's you. That was you. I'm not fucking with you either, Ken. Did you like this movie?
Yeah. I did. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I did.
All right. Yes, I absolutely loved this movie from start to finish. I like this more than Barbarian, and I really enjoyed Barbarian. So this is one of those few films that happens where I sit down, I'm like, all right, I have no idea what's about to happen, and I'm locked in for the whole 2 hours. And not a moment went by where I was like, this is dull or this is stupid. The whole time I'm laughing at the humor.
Yeah.
They
did a good job with that.
They did. Sprinkling it in just at the very right moment.
Yeah, it's really good.
It wasn't overdone. It was perfect.
Exactly.
It was very subtle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, all right. I guess we'll get into the parts that Spike didn't like, but that's probably later. But yeah, it starts with the little girl saying that this is a true story. A lot of people died and it was covered up.
Even that was great. Like having her narrate it.
At the beginning, because
perfect.
Did we ever see her in the movie?
I don't think so.
I didn't think so either.
Yeah, that was really good.
So I thought that was really
like
interesting.
Creepy and stuff.
Yep. Then the movie moves on to Maybrook Elementary School. We meet Justine Candy, played by Julia Garner. And we find out that none of the students in her class showed up except for one kid named Alex. All the kids left at 2:17 a.m. So did y'all like the sequence showing how the kids were running out of the house?
That was great. Yeah, I love seeing it. That was like, it was creepy and just kind of like
unsettling.
Yeah, unsettling. Like especially having a kid. Like, oh man, yeah, that was wild.
Man, you lucky I'm nowhere near your household, because I would 100% like tell Dom to run like that at you one night. Unexpectedly. Just unexpected. That would probably scare the shit out of you.
Clothesline that little nigga. I clothesline Dom as he running at me like that.
Oh my God, I would totally do that.
Yeah, the beginning, yeah, definitely, because as a parent, you were like, "What the fuck would I do if I woke up and saw my kid running out there all kind of crazy and shit?" And my kids watch anime, so I'm like, "What kind of y'all saying out to running like this anime?
Run.
Fuck, y'all took this shit too serious. Y'all better bring our ass back to the house."
But you know what's funny? Dom does run like that sometimes.
It's the anime shit. It's the anime shit, bro. Yeah, they be doing that shit. Kendall be doing that shit. Miles used to do that shit when he was younger. He used to be doing that shit. So you seen these motherfuckers running all weird and shit, bro.
Because it was on social media. Some father was like, "Why the fuck you running like that?"
I think it's Naruto. Huh? I think it's Naruto because that's the one. See, we're getting sidetracked against this. How my
I know.
This how my shit goes wrong.
Pause. Anyway, that was dope because when I was watching, I was like, "Oh, they're not running out at the same time. They're running out like one by one." That was like, so I thought that was dope. Like you'll see run take off and they'll show it, and then here come the other one, and then so I was like, "Oh, that's interesting."
It was the same time, but
they were just showing the video. But they did all run out at 2:17. Which is
okay.
So because I was that's why I was like, they tell you in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, but I thought they were like, so they all just ran out the house at the same time. I was like, she snapped it, and then they got up, and it just took some of them longer to get to the door to get out.
It was they all left the house at exactly 2:17.
Okay.
Because I at first I was like, okay, what's happening at 2:17? I figured it was like a Drake concert,
You stupid as hell.
But yeah, I was immediately again locked in. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these goddamn kids?
But my first thought was like, what time period are we in because of the Ring cameras and stuff? Like, well, people will be able to see where the fuck they went with the Ring cameras.
You can only see so far,
right?
But if it's if depending on each house, what house have them, you can see where they end up.
Oh, it's they go by.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about other Ring cameras.
Other Ring cameras.
But they explain why that didn't work later. Remember when they were triangulating it?
Yeah, I know. I was just saying that's one of the thoughts I had when I saw it.
Really? I got when we get to explain it.
That's why your ass didn't like it. Your ass wasn't paying attention.
Nah, I liked it. The end was goofy.
So after showing the cops interviewing Alex and hearing that he doesn't know what's happening, it shows us a school meeting, and this is when the little girl says, "This is when the story really starts." And the first title shows up saying Justine. Spike, what did you think about what went down at the school meeting?
I thought they were being unfair to that lady. Like I thought they were being unfair to her because it's clearly I didn't think that she'd have anything to do with it. And two, the introduction when somebody yelled it of witch, and then the spray paint later introduced me to the idea, okay, there must be a witch in the movie somewhere. Like I think they subtly laid that out and did the perfect reveal of when she popped on screen. So I liked this because of what it introduced.
Okay.
Yeah, they were being unfair and irrational, but when you have kids, that's what I credited.
Like there's like what happened in that classroom. There's only one person that got to know some shit.
Ken, that's what I was thinking.
and her. She's the one that she's the common denominator in this whole thing. We don't know what, we don't know how, it don't even matter. What the fuck am I goddamn kids?
I guess it's a parent thing because I would think y'all are insane.
Oh no,
I did too.
I would think y'all would be crazy if y'all tell me, "Are you the common?" I'm like, I just teach you. What y'all talking about?
Yeah. You gotta think about it like this, like shit. They have your kid for most of the day.
Yeah.
Like your kid goes to school from that morning to that afternoon. They see your kid more than you do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what the fuck? Like how the fuck you don't know what's going on? Like it's like you something happened in the class. So when the guy was asking like, no, what the fuck does she know? I was like, that was him before he even started saying it.
So if there was a school shooting and the school shooting happened and it took out most of the people, but only in her class, would you have the same stance?
If it took out most of the people, but only in her class?
Yes. Would you be like, well, this is your fault. You're the common denominator. You have something to do with this.
I still would be questioning. I'm like, why are they coming from your class? Is somebody that you know, somebody that you fucking
interesting?
Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I still got questions for that particular teacher.
So we're gonna circle back to that later.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's an interesting stance.
It is.
I wouldn't necessarily, but I think that's different. But something happened in the classroom to cause that to happen. And what were you doing as a teacher to either to not regulate the class behavior? But either way, I understood their reaction. Kind of my thing was, it was like, well, they ran from your fucking house, but you're not thinking about that. It's like all the kids ran from the house at the same time. So I guess what I'm saying is like, they're in my care when it happened. And that's the part I thought the parents were missing. Like, nah, you had
he was
to
at
care
home.
of the kids.
No, yeah, you have to have some sort of responsibility.
Yeah. But still, all of us experience the same thing, and she's the only one that is common in this story.
Not really, because Alex nothing happened to him, but the parents weren't freaking out on him like that. I think this is interesting, and especially the fact that y'all are backing up this mentality. I think it's really, really interesting.
Well, they were trying. I thought they were trying to question the kids.
The cops did.
Oh, the cops.
Yeah, the cops.
The parents were not.
Wasn't like, Alex, what do you know?
Exactly.
And like you said, kid, like y'all were at home. This wasn't in my classroom.
Right.
It's just weird that it was her classroom. That like the only fucking classroom.
But
not her fault.
I know it's not her fault, but I understood the rationale behind the parents, though. That's what I think that's the part that I guess we're saying.
Y'all have a parental perspective.
Yeah. Like I totally get why they acted like that. Even when they were acting that way, I was like, but y'all, they were asleep at your house in your bed. But I understand them saying that, but all of the kids in her room were the ones that are missing. And trying to figure out what is her involvement in this disappearance.
I knew it wasn't. I know we got to move on, but like to me, that gave that she didn't have much involvement because they put so much focus on it.
Yeah, but she was acting weird though.
Yeah, I never got her acting weird, and I thought immediately that the parents were being completely irrational and not taking responsibility for your own fucking kids. So I found that part to be very interesting. But again, we're gonna circle back to that later.
And parents sometimes they rarely do.
That's the point. That is absolutely the point. But yes, after being harassed while at the liquor store and as well as her home, like Spike mentioned, she comes out and finds the word witch written on her car. And then she is put on probation by her boss, Marcus, who's played by, I don't remember his real
Benedict
Wong.
Yeah.
Because his name was Wong in Marvel. Just real quick, did anybody get any sketchy vibes from her? Because if you remember what Wong was asking her about her behaving inappropriately, did any of that stick?
I think they did a good job of explaining why they would suspect her if people knew her background like their father did. Like if he did his research and noticed she took a child home, like that scene was really good in saying, oh, okay, this is why. But no, I didn't suspect her.
No, I didn't. It definitely seemed like a misdirection, but I understood in that city, very much like what Spike was saying, is like there were some questionable things that she did, dropping kids home and stuff like that, in her mind, probably being a parent, a teacher that cared, which is kind of what you want. But we're in a world where there's a lot of distrust when it comes to extracurricular activities. Like I don't think we exist in that world nowadays.
Yeah, I think they that's one thing I thought that they laid the misdirection on a little too thick, making her like an alcoholic and just kind of sketchy and all that. I was like, okay, it's not her.
So after waving at a cop, she ends up meeting this cop at a bar, and this is when we meet Paul. What did you think, Rod, about what went down with her and Paul at the bar? Actually, the whole scene with her and Paul, if you remember.
I do remember. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really think much of it. I mean, they just were, messing around. I didn't look into it too much. I just thought that they were just messing around or whatever. It's just somebody she could confide in.
Hey, that Percy Sledge song though, they were
I had to Google it. I did it. I had to look it up when I was
Shazam. That shit was fire,
fire,
bro. That shit was fire, bro.
Google it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So nobody picked up on the fact that he was an addict? and that she was pushing him to drink?
I didn't get that until the wife said something. I thought that he just didn't want anything to drink. But I did like,
if he didn't just want something to drink, why was
she was pushing?
Yeah.
I did like, I'm sorry.
No, you're good, bro.
I did like that this was the first scene that she seemed like not a teacher, like a normal person. Like this scene made her more relatable, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like she was, because I'm like, dang, like she had a very emotional moment. She's there, at this bar. She clearly wants to unpack, but she is almost like, I'll jump right to it. She's a piece of shit. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you continuing to push this man to take this drink for your own selfish reasons?
But we found out he was a piece of shit later.
I know, but still, at this moment, like, this is what she was doing. She knew that he was an addict and what could happen. And she still kept trying to get him to have a drink, even though he repeatedly said no.
So I don't know if she knew he was an addict.
Oh, really?
The only thing I know for a fact that she knew was that he didn't want to drink. And she kept pushing, because I don't think at any point she said anything about his addiction or he said anything about his addiction, but he just kept saying, I don't want to drink. And she was like, what? Really? Why not? You want a Coke? Just have one drink. So even if she didn't know he was an addict, if he's like, I don't want to drink tonight, why are you pushing it? And then it gets to the point, obviously, where he gets drunk, and we'll talk about that part later when it comes back up. But we also see that, they go home together, and after not being able to get anything out of him in regards to the investigation, Justine decides to follow Alex home, and she gets to the house and finds it in a very odd way. Rod, what did you think about what went down when she got to the house?
Well, I just thought the whole thing was stupid. Like, why are you following this kid home? When she got to the house, I like, because people was talking in my theater. My shit was packed.
Oh my god, it was a lady on the phone.
Man,
it was a lady on the phone. I was so mad.
Talking.
Yes.
Why didn't you tell on her? I'm telling. Fuck that.
I'm talking about she had a full blown conversation. Yeah, I'm in this scary movie right now.
Are you serious?
Girl, I swear.
See, this makes
for how long?
For like a whole scene.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Now they was just talking to move. She got off as soon as I was finna get up and like move to the other side of the theater. Yeah. She was like having full blown conversation. I'm like, are you serious? It was crazy.
Yeah, people were just talking to the screen and shit like that. But nah, yeah, it did look crazy that she was going around this house looking in the windows or whatever. Yeah, I definitely thought something bad was gonna happen, but nah, they had a couple moments with her where I thought something that bad was gonna happen, especially when the stuff in the house with her prior to this. Yeah. I really thought something was gonna happen then. So she just kept being in these situations that didn't turn into a situation. So yeah, that's as much as I thought about it.
Well, the windows are boarded up a newspaper, and then we see her peeking in the window, and there's two adults sitting on the couch just staring. So did anybody get freaked out about that? Or
I thought them motherfuckers were like dead or something, bro.
I did too.
Yeah, or possessed by aliens or what. I ain't know what the fuck was going on. I ain't know what it was.
This made me suspect the kid. I was like, what the little boy got going on?
Yeah,
that's exactly what I thought.
Hell yeah. And the way he cussed her ass out, stop following me. Stop following me. He went off. But she was doing weird shit. Why the fuck are you? I'm with the kid. Why the fuck are you following me like
knocking
this?
on my door and shit.
And Juan told her, like, man, leave that fucking kid alone. And she just would not let it go.
I don't blame her.
Really?
Not at all. Especially after the behavior that these guys justified with the parents earlier.
Really?
Yes, because at this point, she's being blamed for all of this. And nobody else is trying to solve it, she was trying to get that out of Paul. Paul was like, we don't know anything. So yes, at this point, I'm taking the shit into my own hands because I'm being blamed for 17 kids disappearing. And y'all not doing shit. So yeah, I don't blame her for going to Alex's house and peeking in the window.
For me, it's not necessarily a blame. It's just like, yo, like, what do you know? Like, you're not paying attention to these kids. Like, you don't have no fucking clue how this might have happened.
And she said, no.
It's the same thing to you as a parent, though. That would be my retort to you guys as a parent.
Oh, no, I'm not. I already said I had to take some responsibility as well, and I feel like they kind of did. Like the dad did. He felt bad about. He's like, I guess he did feel like he loved. He never told him he loved him and stuff like that. So there was responsibility that he was taking.
This is after you put publicly all that blame on this woman who had nothing to do with it. That's fucked up. And now she's like, well, I don't have anybody on my side, so I have to do this on my own.
Yeah, but it seemed like it gave the appearance that there was some other reason why she was trying to talk to that kid. Remember when Wong was like, she was like, well, can I talk to Alice? Why the fuck you need to talk to Alice? I want to make sure he's okay. Like, you don't need to talk to this kid. This kid is traumatized. Like, what? It made it seem like she was on some creepy shit, bro.
She knew that he was being picked on, though.
We didn't know that at the time, though.
Yeah, we did, because we saw.
Yeah, because they was fucking with him before then.
In the hallways,
yeah, you could tell that
they were showing that. Okay,
and if she is as caring of a teacher as we're given the impression, then yeah, she might know that he's being picked on. But even if he wasn't being picked on, her wanting to find out if he's okay is completely normal. Like, if she's his teacher and all of his classmates disappear, why would she not want to make sure he's okay? Especially if he's acting weird now.
Following him to the house, though?
Going to his home because she couldn't get it from Wong. I don't think that's weird.
That's
but
stalking.
I mean,
that's some weird ass
calling
shit.
Wong and telling him about it was stupid.
That was stupid. But like, that's what welfare checks are.
Yeah.
And the cops aren't doing anything. So I didn't find it weird. But what about what went down at the liquor store? Like, did Donna at the time? Did y'all think that Donna had a reason to whoop that ass?
Yes,
bro. The way they had her following her, it was so fucking funny. Like, you kind of see her come out of the camera scene, and then she'll come back in the camera. Oh man, that was it was beautifully shot.
She deserved it. She definitely deserved that ass whooping.
I thought it was apparent.
I thought it was apparent too.
Yeah.
I thought it was apparent too.
Yeah. This was right after she went to Alice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was apparent. I thought maybe word got out that she had been following that kid around, and they probably thought she was about to take somebody else. And it was one of the parents whipping that ass, but
100%.
Nah, it was Donna, and Donna wasn't having it, bro.
And even though he lied, I get that, but I still think she deserved her ass whooped.
Yeah, he did lie.
Yeah. Well, what about the dream sequence where she's walking through the school and all the kids are sleeping, and then Alex pops up and he has the clown makeup on? Was this creepy to y'all, or?
All them shits was creepy.
Yeah.
When the dad went through it, when she did it, like anytime those sequences happen, it just looked fucking creepy.
Yeah, it was. It was really well done. How they did that with her walking through there like that, you know, and Alex too. Like, shit.
That the part of her walking through the school didn't get me. It was when she woke up and that fucking clown woman was on the ceiling. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
I thought that was him. I thought that was the father.
Nah, he had a different one.
She seen it in the bed.
No, you're right.
No, it was her.
Yeah,
it was her.
The dad has seen it in the bed.
Yeah, we'll get to that. The dad sees, she wakes up from the dream and then she goes to lean back and she's on the fucking ceiling.
I thought that happened to the father too. I thought.
Did you jump?
Yeah, I jumped a little bit. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Out loud, my buddy.
Yeah, what the fuck's up? Whoa!
Out loud, I said that out loud. I said, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
out loud in the theater.
This movie did good with that.
It
did good with the tension.
They got me.
But yeah, so after an awkward interaction with Alex, the one that you were talking about, Justine decides to go back to Alex's house, and there's no answer at the door, so she decides to do a stakeout, but falls asleep.
Man,
what about this one, Rod?
That was creepy.
Motherfucker was like a goddamn. I was like, oh my! And then when the car door opened,
yes.
Oh my god!
The sound design was perfect.
Yes,
it was like quiet. Then you hear, and you hear her going to. I was like, I thought she was about to die.
I did too. I was wondering where they was gonna go with the movie after this.
Me too.
I was like, how they gonna kill her so soon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But she had scissors and she just cut her hair. I was like, okay. When she cut her hair, I was like, okay, it must be some type of voodoo shit involved.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the mom or the aunt?
That was the mom.
That was the mom.
She was directing her to do it.
Yeah,
that was the mom, because the way she came walking out there, I was like, what the fuck is wrong?
Crazy.
And then she came to the window and just kind of stopped for a second, and then went in the back. I was like, yo, this movie is crazy.
It is.
I was like, man, what the fuck is going on with Alex? Like, Alex can control fucking people, you know. Like that shit was weird as hell, but that shit was so fucking dope.
It was dope how they did it.
Yeah.
It was executed.
Yeah, I was cussing her. I was like, you a stupid motherfucker.
Drunk ass up.
I did too.
That's what I was like. Get your drunk ass up, man.
I was like, why would you go to this house, do a stakeout, and then drink and fall asleep? So anyway, so then we see the next title, which is Archer. Archer is played by Josh Brolin, and we find out that his son Matthew is one of the kids that vanished. So he meets up with the cops, and after going through a list of reasons that he thinks that the chief should go question Justine, we're taken back to earlier in the film where she's being harassed at home, and we see that he's most likely the one that put Witch on her car.
Yeah.
But I think things get interesting when he has a dream sequence, the one that Rob was talking about. So yeah, what did you think of his dream sequence? This is where he's following Matthew through the house, and it leads to Alex's house, but he doesn't know that. And above it, there is. Did y'all notice what was above the house?
Yes,
The gun.
Yes.
What was that about? I didn't get that.
I don't know. So we'll go in. He goes inside and he sees Matthew in the bed, and that's when he sees the clown woman.
Are we going to talk about it later, or
No, we can talk about it now, but I just didn't want to say right. I was going to let y'all go first.
Okay.
I didn't get the gun thing at all.
Okay. But
School shootings?
Did you like the? Oh well, yeah.
So he was dreaming that it was a school. I don't like. What does that mean?
I think the whole movie is a metaphor for the trauma that comes from school shootings.
And why they occur. The kid was being bullied and stuff like that, even though that wasn't why the kids were taken, but they were being bullied.
Right.
And the one kid that was left, the survivor, goes to school, shoots up a bunch of kids and in the school, and the kids disappear, and the parents are mad.
And the parents unfairly blame the teacher. That's why I was asking if it was a school shooting, would y'all have the same stance?
That's interesting.
Yeah. So
yeah, I thought his dream was weird, just like hers, creepy. They did a good job with it, especially with the flash of the lady face at the end. I thought that was good.
That fucked me up.
Man,
that fucked me up. I was like, what the fuck's wrong with this motherfucking?
It was some great acting in this because Josh Brolin body. I think his role was
great.
He was fantastic.
I think everybody in this was amazing.
I agree. Agree.
Shout out to Julie Garner. Yeah,
she killed it.
Yeah, her last two roles I thought have been really good.
Yeah,
and different too.
I kept what you said. Bullshit.
I said, holy shit. I didn't. That was the aunt.
No. Julia Garner is the girl from Ozark.
Oh, okay. I thought y'all was talking about the other Garner girl.
The aunt, I don't know who she's from, but she was amazing too.
Yeah. When Josh Brolin or Arthur's reaction though was perfect and seemed very like real when he was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, when he woke up,
everybody in my theater laughed.
Yeah, we all laughed too.
Yeah.
But it seemed like some shit that would like somebody would really say. It was like, "What the fuck was that?" Yeah. It was the dialogue there I thought was really good. Whoever wrote that shit was crazy because it was like, "What the fuck was that?" Yeah,
that's one of the moments where it was funny. Like it's like kind of humor. Like
but probably not even intended to be funny, but kind of written to maybe be funny. I don't know. It's weird to say that, but
no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, he's good. He's really good at that, at putting humor in the right spots. He did that with Barbarian, but he did it much better with this. Like he's getting better as he goes along. But after viewing some of the other parents' video footage, Archer starts triangulating which way all the kids ran. But on his way home from doing that, he runs into Justine at a gas station, and while conversing with her, they're attacked by Marcus. So what did y'all think about the way the scene ended before transitioning real quick into the next title?
What I loved was how they showed him being in construction, which made sense for him to triangulate those locations. I loved that. It was just a subtle detail, but it made so much sense because otherwise I would have rolled my eyes like, how he know this and stuff like that. But he knew the coding of the map and all that stuff. I thought that was great. And they left it off at just the right place. Well, like you were like, man, what is happening with him coming running like the people had the buggy eyes and stuff. So I think that was perfect. His whole sequence was perfect.
What I liked, I was like, okay, well, it's not just kids, because at this moment it was just kids that disappeared. I was like, this motherfucking get humans too, like because the one human we saw, the mom walking out, she didn't do that.
Right.
She walked out like she was, of course, control. Yeah. So that was a different thing. So then you see this guy running like that, bro, and he was like, okay, well, he can control humans. So now I'm like, well, shit, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I think that was also part of the metaphor when she was, I forgot to mention this earlier, when she came walking out like a puppet. He obviously, the director hasn't said this as far as I've seen, but I think it's very clear that he's making a reference to school shootings and the fact that like the parent is now a puppet. And the parent is now putting the blame on the teacher, when in reality, it has nothing to do with the teacher. They're not placing the blame in the right area. So, and who is the right area? We all know it's the government that's letting this stuff happen. And it's the, you know, the situations that allow these kids to have these mental breaks, et cetera, et cetera.
And administration, which he was a part of the administration. He was the principal.
Exactly. The administration that, you know, and we can look at that as our current administration that allows people with mental health issues to, you know, to purchase guns, all of these things. I've only seen the movie once, so this is all conjecture. I definitely need to see it again so I can see if any of this stuff is right. But yeah, the next title is Paul. And in this scene, Paul catches some kid breaking into a building. So Rob, what do you think about what went down with Paul and the little kid that was trying to break in when he catches him and all that?
Yeah, that's the druggy drug addict guy, right? Yeah, I thought it was interesting to see his perspective on this whole situation. By this point, I'm like, I think what they're doing is very dope with telling the different, because sometimes you can do this right and sometimes you can do it kind of wrong. And I felt like they were doing it right at this moment. So, but I don't know if I thought much about it because we do see him. That's when he gets poked with the needle and all that. This is when we see all that. Yeah, this shit was intense. This shit was intense. And then when the whole body cam, the whole dash cam shit, he's like, fuck. And like we all know, like we've seen dash cam footage, and that's probably how they respond when they realize, oh shit, this shit is fucking recorded or whatever. So it was interesting to see how all of that is handled. But yeah, because he knocked his ass out. He knocked the shit out of him, man. But I thought this whole sequence was interesting, especially what it ended up leading up to.
I was concerned and impressed. I was concerned in the sense of like, I was like, why we need Paul's story? Like, what does he have to do with this? But it did add layers of depth in the sense of showing what he did have to do with it and how that played out. But I didn't know that they would be able to do it that well. So at this point, I'm like, I don't really need the police officer story. But I did find it interesting that he got poked with that needle then after he thought he had AIDS and had sex with the teacher. I thought that was a real dirtball move by him.
Yeah, no, that was fucked up. And even when he was like, "You got AIDS?" He was like, "I don't know."
Right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Nah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, dude was funny. That junkie dude.
Yeah. But I thought it was interesting because we don't know what type of person Paul really is outside of what we've seen him in the movie. But he's having a really shitty ass day. And the shitty ass day he's having is calling him to react in violent ways, in ways that isn't the best. He's sleeping with somebody. He punched the kid, punched the kid because he got poked by the needle. So he's being a violent, abusive cop, on the job. He goes to the chief and they try to cover it up and this whole thing. That happened, and that sent him spiraling. That one thing sent him spiraling the rest of the day. In Paul's life. So even though I think he still wasn't trying to drink anything, but he eventually gave in.
I see why he did. Shit, he thought he got poked with an AIDS needle.
Yeah, but he was resisting. He kept saying no.
Yeah.
He said no multiple times. We never saw when he changed his mind,
right.
But he ended up being a piece of shit person too. Like, what caused it to happen, was maybe it's him being poked or whatever, but he still was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So after telling his boss, who's also his girlfriend's father, about what happened, we see him meeting up with Justine and hitting it, obviously. So that also shows us why Donna beat Justine's ass, because he fucking told her what happened, which I don't know why he did that. But
that's her dad. That was his wife dad.
Yeah, because he could have lied and just said, I got drunk and slept in the car.
He could just, I guess he couldn't say it was police business because she'd ask her dad.
Well, he was fully dressed, so I think that's why she looked like, what the fuck
He
you
thought
been?
she was out of town, so he ain't had no lap.
But apparently, I think they must have been sleeping around before, and she.
Yeah, she knew.
Yeah, okay.
Seemed like
but to Ken's point, he could have just said, "I got drunk in the car, and I'm sorry."
But he ain't supposed to be drinking though.
That's the point.
So that's probably what made her ask another question, right?
But he didn't even try to lie.
Yeah, that lie could have worked.
He was hungover.
Nah, fuck that. He immediately was like, "Yeah, I fucked Justine."
But and he was surprised she was there. He thought she was out of town.
Yeah, but he still could have just lied. Like she was the one that let us know he had a drinking problem.
Right.
Yeah.
So and she was like, "You sure, man?"
I relapsed.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
I played the
I
victim card. I relapsed. And I didn't want to drive. I was embarrassed.
But I will say these damn women, women can smell another woman on you though.
Yeah, they can figure that shit out.
Yeah, I would pour beer all over my dick and everything. You can't smell. You can't smell vagina through beer.
Well, at that point, he would have had to run and do it.
Well, that's true because he didn't know she was there.
Yeah, but
so anyway, the interesting part is what happens when he sees the kid, the little junkie kid, coming towards the station. He takes off after him, which transitions into the James title. And Spike, what did you immediately think about when you saw James getting down? Like, do you think was he supposed to be from Nashville?
He was smoking meth. That wasn't crack.
Oh, that was I
meth.
didn't know. Did anybody else pick that up?
That's meth. Because you could tell how he was acting. It was meth. But I found it hilarious on the reaction when he came out to the police station and seen him again. He was like, "Motherfucker!" Yeah. That was funny as hell to me for some reason. But yeah, I really didn't know where they was going, pointing us to the direction of the meth head character.
Yeah,
like so I was really like wondering, okay, no, what's up? I was still enjoying it, but I was really wondering where they were going with the different perspectives. But I think they did a great job of it.
You know, just sequence of events too, because of what happened earlier. Those kids could have possibly be saved and rescued a lot sooner. You know, even though he was doing it for $50,000, nevertheless, he still had intel.
Facts.
You know, but because Paul was in his feelings and mad about everything, he decided to chase the kid off.
I thought it was crazy. He seen her in the woods.
Oh yeah, so
that was that shit was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that kind of fucked me up too. I'm like, okay, so there's who is this clown woman? Like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, that. Actually, no, we skipped a part.
He got stabbed in the face with the
needles. That happened after this part. So we see what went down between him and Paul from James's perspective. After Paul lets him go, after he punched him, we see that James goes looking for a score, and that's when he breaks into Alex's house. And that's when he goes down to the basement. So what did y'all think about what happened in the basement?
Oh, that shit was freaky.
That was freaky as fuck, man.
I was like, oh shit. That was an old shit moment.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
So that fucked y'all up too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The whole theater. Oh,
you had no idea. At this point, we still had no idea, even though we know, okay, the mystery is solved. The kids are in the basement, but what the fuck are they doing?
Why are they there? And why are they spin around like that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was the spinning unison for me. Like the way the motherfuckers turned around, I was like, "Oh man,
same."
Yeah, and I'm still thinking that what the hell is this kid doing to these kids, bro? Like this shit don't make it.
I assumed he was getting bullied, and I thought he was the witch. Because they showed him with the makeup on earlier.
Oh, they did.
So I thought that the witch woman was like his personification or whatever. So I thought that those kids were bullying him because one of the bullies, which ends up being Archer's son, was in the basement. So I thought that he summoned all them kids down there and just made them stare at the wall. So I was like, okay, this is an interesting angle. But yeah, when they spun around like that, I was like, nah, I don't fuck with little kids like that. So I was like, no.
Because I kept waiting for Alice to pop up. And he never showed up. I don't know, but we heard somebody was.
I think he was locked in the room.
He probably was because we heard like rummaging and stuff in there. So somebody was in the house. They just didn't give a fuck that he was in the house. But the fact that he saw them, the parents sitting there, and he still went and got his shit and wasn't in a hurry to get out of the house, bro.
That's a dedicated crackhead.
That meth would do that to you. Sure.
He said, "I'm
gonna like, fuck it. I'm gonna take the silver. They can't do nothing about it."
Even when the parents got up and like kind of chased him out the house, I was like, "This is crazy." But so yeah, we found out the reason that James was going to the police station is because he was trying to get the reward for finding all the missing kids. But Paul sees him and chases him back to his tent, during which James sees the clown woman in the woods where his tent is, which leads to a crazy scene involving Paul. And that's when he gets stabbed in the face with the with the needles. So yeah, did y'all like that?
I definitely flinched. I was like,
I was like,
I felt my chest.
God, damn.
It felt like it would have hurt him more than it did too. He really like the initial reaction, but he was just shrugged it off. I feel like after that,
I think he was just so mad at that point. He was just, But yeah, so
no, I was gonna say, I think the main thing I kept thinking is like, damn, he about to kill the one person that has the information to what his kids.
That's what I thought he was. I thought he was gonna shoot him when he put the shotgun on him. I was like, oh my god,
damn.
But yeah, so James tells Paul he knows where the missing kids are, so they go back to Alex's house. Paul comes out clearly possessed and drags James off, which leads into the next title, which is Marcus. This is where it gets wild. So Marcus and his partner are shopping for groceries before inviting Alex's parents to a meeting.
I was waiting on this one.
And it's here that we get the first real look at the clown lady, whose name is actually Glattus. So what did y'all think about the meeting?
I loved the secretary, how subtly funny that was. She was like, "Your 2 o'clock is here," and without saying anything, it was just on her face. This bitch is crazy. Like this was like she didn't even want to leave the room, and then it was I liked it, but as soon as that lady walked in, I was like, "Oh, okay, there we go. That's the person that's doing all this." Like she just had that look on her face, and I couldn't tell if like she looked like she was taking, like she looked like the dad and the mama combined. Like she looked like she looked like both of them, and I was like, "What is she doing? Is she possessing their bodies or something?" Like it was like on some. What's the last movie we seen
together?
Yeah, it was on some shit like that. That's what she looked like to me. Maybe that was fresh on my mind.
I thought that Alice was controlling her.
Oh wow!
I thought that Alice was actually working for her,
See,
and she was just running interference. Huh?
I never thought it was him.
I
never thought it was him. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was still thinking. I was like, oh, Alice don't want to get caught, so she's like
a puppet or something.
Yeah.
No, the second I saw her, I was like, "Oh, she's the one."
She did it. Yeah, that's
she
exactly what I thought. As soon as she walked in,
especially the answers she was giving, I was like, "Oh, she is absolutely a witch."
Did you pick up on she was like 800 years old?
She's 800 years
old.
old.
They say
that's why she was talking in that. Like, we remember when she was saying that crazy stuff, and people were looking at like, "What the fuck?" That ain't even terminology.
Saying crazy stuff.
She said something that had like real old
consumption. She said so when she's talking to Marcus, she said that the parents are sick. Because Marcus wants to do a welfare check. And she's like, well, they're sick. And she said he has a touch of consumption.
And he was like, what the fuck is that? But she did it again, too. Like, she was using very old I looked at a review that said this at the end after I watched it.
You always cheat.
But they said like they was trying to relay the fact that she was like hundreds of years old. And that's why she came off as such a weird person.
Maybe.
So, I didn't know if y'all picked up on
that.
Because I didn't either.
I was picked up on the consumption thing, and I was like, okay, I know what that word means, but what would it mean here?
That's what he said.
But it makes sense because if you look it up, the consumption is the using up of a resource.
And that's what she was doing.
And that's what she's doing to the parents and the kids. So that made sense. I never picked up that she was. I did pick up that she wasn't really their aunt.
Yeah, I didn't pick that up either.
So when they were driving in the car, we'll get to that part. I'm jumping ahead. So yeah, so what did y'all think when they were eating at Marcus's house? Did y'all catch what they were watching?
I don't remember, but I do remember it sticking out.
Was it the same thing they were watching in the classroom about the
parasite? In the classroom, they were watching something specific about parasites. In Marcus and his partner's house, they were watching that same video that we've seen of the cordyceps invading an ant's brain.
I thought about Last of Us.
Grow out,
Yep. Because because that's what so going back a little bit, in the classroom there was whale and then there was parasite written on the board. So that's what that's why I'm still thinking it's parasite at the time. I didn't even think of witch, until it was clearly displayed out. I still was thinking parasite, especially when they showed that scene about the cordyceps stuff. So and how it can be controlled, and of course the kids were controlled. So yeah, that's what I was still thinking. Yeah, glad you went back to that.
So the gang of glizzies didn't tell y'all nothing?
The what?
Isn't that what they call them?
Yes.
Hot dogs?
Oh,
Glizzies.
You didn't notice all those hot dogs that they were eating?
Mm-hmm.
What about them?
Also, okay. Did anybody think anything of all the hot
It
dogs?
just was weird.
I know they had like 6 of them.
No, it was more than 6.
It was more than 6?
I thought
It was like a
4.
tray full of them.
No,
motherfuckers.
it was a lot
other
of
stuff on
fucking
the
hot
tray
dogs.
too, though.
Barely. There was like a little bit of something else, and it was all hot dogs.
I did think who gonna eat all them hot dogs.
So you're not picking up on everybody in this movie has some sort of vice. So
No.
they have a bunch of food. You have Paul. Paul is an addict.
Mm-hmm.
You have what's her face?
What's the dad's advice? Because she was an alcoholic, yes.
Julia's an alcoholic.
Julia's an alcoholic. James is an addict. And
The dad is
before you asked me that, I had something on the dad. Now I don't remember what it was.
I would just like OCD, maybe.
Maybe
No.
workaholic because he never told his son he loved him. So I don't know if he never was around or anything like that.
Fuck, I forgot what the dad's was. The dad had something where I was like, okay, everybody has a vice that they're kind of stuck on, but I can't remember what the dad's
I think
was
his
now.
may have been like because he went from not telling me love him to like sleeping in his bed. He watched the video 30 times. He asked the lady, could he watch her video? She said no. He asked the dad, then the dad let him watch it. So I feel like he was kind of OCD now that you're pointing that out.
As the resident person with OCD, I don't
Yeah,
think that sounds like
how it was.
OCD.
Okay.
That sounds like a dad.
I'm personally insulted, Spike.
My bad.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
He lost his son and he's
Yeah.
He just reacted.
yeah, he's spiraling.
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
just
he's
sounds
wild.
like
Gotcha.
grief spiraling. Yeah. But I don't remember. Fuck, I should have wrote it down. I don't remember what his
What was the point you were about to make with it?
That was their vice. These motherfuckers love to eat because if you notice when they were in the store,
Mm-hmm.
the skinnier one was always like holding the little bag up,
Fruity
and he was
Pebbles.
like,
Yeah,
you know,
Fruity Pebbles.
yeah, like oh, I didn't realize it was Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of fucked up.
But he did it though.
Yeah, that's
It was
kind of fucked up though.
How? It's him.
funny.
They were both joking. They
That's
were joking.
Oh,
funny.
they were joking.
I think he was just like,
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
catch that at all. I just noticed he was holding up cereal and he was like,
no, it was 2
Oh,
boxes
okay.
of Fruity Pebbles.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think their vice, or at least Marcus's vice, is definitely food. That motherfucker loves to eat. Because he was, man, when he was bringing them hot dogs, he was like, ooh, yeah. He was ready for the glizzies. So Glattus shows up at their house. And this was fucking crazy. So what did y'all think about what went down when when Glattus came to the house?
I love the husband's response. When he walked up to the door, it was just like the secretary, like, who in the fuck is this? But that whole scene was crazy. And then I was finally satisfied as to, okay, this is what's going on. Like it gave way more clarity. And again, it was placed perfectly. I feel like they told the story from the perspective of the people perfectly.
Yeah.
And for this one to be like, well, not the last one, but the next to last one was great and showing how he got possessed and stuff. It was wild. That kitchen scene was wild.
Yeah, I love Wong's reaction because he wasn't trying to let her in.
Yeah, he was like, nah.
He wasn't trying to let her in. He wasn't trying to give her any fucking water. He wasn't trying to do shit. That shit. He just was like, "Why the fuck are you here?" And none of this shit making sense. And you can't come in my house.
Yeah, once she asks for water out of a bowl, you gotta leave.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not, you're not a dog.
Not
Get
serving
outside.
you water in a bowl, leave my house.
You look like that already, and you want to
And you
water
want
in
water
a
in a
bowl? Get
bowl?
the fuck out of here.
Nope.
Hell no.
Nah.
Then, is this one of them situations where what's the rule? You have to be invited in.
Vampires. That's
Vampires.
I don't know if witches that applies to them.
No, she just walked her ass. I don't know. She was.
I thought she was asking, can she come in? And shit.
She did, but
she
that was
was.
just disarming them a little bit.
Yeah. Because
I
if
was
neither
so
one of
good.
them wanted her to come in, they could have physically overpowered her.
Mhm.
You know, especially big ass Wong.
And then she cut a piece of his hair, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Bruh.
Their reactions was priceless.
So good. This whole fucking scene was done so well because I did not know why the fuck she was there, what was happening. But when she did the little bell thing, I was like, what?
She was like, get out.
Yeah, it was like, get out.
Mhm.
And he was just, and yeah, when she then put the hair on, because when she was talking to the husband and he walked over and she cut his hair, I was like, what the fuck is going on? What's wrong with this woman?
And his reaction, he was like, "Did you
Just cut my hair?" And
so
man,
bad.
this was one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie when he fucking started headbutting his ass. I was like, God damn.
Broad daylight.
He fucked her up or fucked him up.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "You want some head? Here's some head, boy."
And she pulled the teacher hair out of her.
Yep.
Okay, pocket.
It wasn't the teacher's
Purse.
hair; it was a ribbon. So if you remember when she
No,
was in,
I know Wong. I'm talking about the other.
oh,
teacher.
I'm sorry. Yes, yes,
Okay,
Justine.
Gotcha. That's
Yeah.
what made him start running. Okay.
Yep. She put Justine's hair on and then snapped it. And he's running after her ass.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
She's like a GPS. Like I didn't even know what she was.
I thought about that too, but I just assumed it was magic. I let it go.
Yeah.
But I did think that too. I was like, your ass ran all the way across the whole scene of him running from his house to where they were. I was like, this is insane.
Mhm.
His fucking bugged out eyes.
That was crazy.
Oh my God, man. So what did you think when we see the full scene of Marcus attacking her, Rod?
Nah, it was amazing. I like I said, I was waiting for this moment. I was waiting to see what the fuck was going on with him, because that was the first time we had seen, not the first time, but we seen something that crazy with his eyes bulge out and all that. I was like, okay, what is that about? So when it was time for him to tell the story from his perspective, I was waiting. But nah, man, like this whole execution was so good with Josh Brolin, the way he was like kept beating his ass and he just kept getting up. Like all of that shit was good. Him crawling under the car, her running away was so realistic. Like fucking help me. Like goddamn, like
store clerk would
like yeah, it's like
out of my
goddamn.
stores. Like, fucking help me.
Right. So nah, this whole shit was executed so well, man.
Yeah, it was. It was interesting. The store clerk. I thought the store clerk was actually going to shoot him. But he was like, "Nah, just get out of my store." So his reaction was just like, "Nah, you call something. They're chasing you. I don't want anything to do with it. So get the fuck out." And just completely just ignoring, this woman being, attacked by a violent man, which was kind of wild. And even just thinking about while he's running, just the reactions of people in the town blowing the horn, like you see a guy running in anime style
with blood all over his face.
Yeah, and you just kind of ignore it, but you just think it's a crazy guy. You probably think it's a meth head, Spike. So you just like, oh, here go another druggie just running around in the city. They got to do something about it. But yeah, all of that shit was really, really dope. And even the demise of how it happened. So yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, I love this whole scene. I thought it was I thought it was great the way he's chasing after her and she doesn't know what the fuck to do. But during Marcus chasing Justine some more after she gets in her car and takes off, he's run over by a car and dies.
Man.
But while at the hospital, Archer and Justine talk and they figure out whose house everyone was going to, and they figure out it's Alex's. And this leads us into the last title of the movie, which is Alex. And this kicks off with Alex riding home from school with his dad. And this is what I was talking about earlier. So Spike, you didn't pick up. The dad says, like Alex says, I don't even know Aunt Glattus. And the dad says, I don't know her either. He says, he says, I don't really know her either. And I think he might have implied that the mom doesn't really remember her either. So I don't think this was their aunt at all.
I was talking to AB because he said the same thing. That wasn't he thought that wasn't their real aunt.
I don't think
I never picked it up though, but I somebody else said that to me too.
They did mention, and I think it was the mom or maybe it was the dad. It was like, we haven't seen her in 15 years.
Yes.
Over 15 years.
Yeah, said that.
Okay.
To the mom. Going back just slightly, I do like speaking to his, I guess, attention to detail to dad, how he figured out what was going on by how the arms was like what we talked about earlier. Because she was like, I'd never seen anything like that before. And he was like, I have, because I'd watched this video so much. Videos. I thought that was really good. But yeah, I thought that was, other than that, like Alex's conversation with his dad was interesting. Seeing him being bullied was interesting, and all of it just added more depth to the story.
The dad, and Alex not saying anything, but you see that he had a really good, loving relationship with his kid. Regular routine. I pick you up at 2. The opposite of Arthur, because he tells his kid that he loves him. Arthur did not say that, and he regretted it. And it was good seeing like the parents' reaction. I don't know how they would take in this woman without having some type of evidence that that's the aunt, though. That's where I'm confused.
Well, she was sick. So when she shows up, she looks all frail and gross. I just assumed that she had put some kind of spell on them. Like maybe they never even had an aunt. But the spell was for them to think, oh, we have an aunt and she has to come live with us. I don't remember her, but my brain is saying we have an aunt and she has to come live here.
Was it the mom's aunt?
That's what.
Yes,
it was
the mom's aunt. Okay,
but he implied that neither one of them remember her.
A spell makes sense. Maybe she called and maybe that's
how
part
she
of
picked
the
him out of the
spell.
blue then?
Yeah, that was
She picked him out of the blue. Interesting.
No idea. I mean, that kind of thing might bother some people, but I kind of like that there's certain things that just weren't answered.
It bothered me. That was the one thing that bothered me. I was like, okay, so why this random ass family, or why does even if they were family, like why does she choose to do this to her own family? I didn't understand that.
Well, it could be because she knew that he was being bullied, so it would be easier for her to manipulate him, or it could just be that she wanted the kids regardless. That was her goal, is to get the kids. So if
I thought her goal was to get the parents, because she said she tried the parents. She said that didn't work.
Right.
Like she thought it would.
She said the parents aren't working, so I need the kids. So so let's say her original goal was to get 2 adults that she could suck the energy from. I don't think it really matters which group of adults she picked. She could have picked any random group of adults in the movie, and the outcome would have still been the same.
Right, I get you, but it was confusing to me. Like, why would you do this to your own family? Why wouldn't you just pick some random people that you don't even fucking know?
That's why I don't think that was her family.
Yeah, her not being true family makes sense, because I was like, why would you do this to your family? But if that's some random family, and she's 800 years old, then it don't matter.
It could just be that she might have been in another body and took this body over. I never thought about it that hard, but even if that really is her own blood family, if she's a witch, I can see why she might still do what she's doing, because she's a fucking witch and she feels like her life is more important than theirs. So she's gonna siphon them any way she wants to. But what did y'all think about how Glattus threatened Alex to make him not say anything to the authorities?
Man,
Genius.
Making them stab themselves with forks repeatedly.
Jesus Christ.
Like, if you see that, if you're this kid and you see that happening to your parents, you will definitely fall in line.
Yeah, because that was one of the main things. Like, why did this kid just fall in line like this with this old ass lady? But yeah, that was very convincing. Like, okay.
Agreed.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Genius, because that's something I feel like a kid would abide to. Like, he loved his parents so much, they had a loving relationship, and she like, look, I'm gonna fuck them up if you don't do exactly as I say. It made a lot of sense as far as him just being quiet.
And he was a smart kid. Like, he was pouring water on their faces. Like, what the fuck is going on with them? Like,
he knew something was up.
Yeah. But he knew something. He had
intuition. Walked through the door.
Yeah, he had intuition then. He's like, yo, how long is she gonna be here? Like,
he wanted her out of there, bro.
This weird ass old woman.
Yeah.
Kids be like that though.
Yeah, man.
They're intuitive like that.
Because he was asking all kind of questions about how come nobody ever seen her? Who the fuck is she? Where's she come from?
Right.
Where's she sleeping at?
Yeah. He was right too.
Even when she got out with that damn tree and shit like that. Yeah. I think he was walking around, looking around and shit like that. So yeah, he didn't fuck with her at all, and she knew it.
So yeah, this is the part where Glattus kind of reveals to Alex that, she thought that his parents would make things a bit better, but it's not working. So she tells him to go to the school and get a bunch of personal items from all of his classmates. So he does that. It works. And we see all of the kids running to Alex's house, but then it flashes to present day, and Justine and Archer decide to go to Alex's house. Once they get there, they are immediately attacked. So what did y'all think about that attack? Let's start off with the Justine and Paul fight. What did y'all think of that?
I wanted to start somewhere before we go there, and I'm sorry.
Be trying to get through.
Yeah, but this was part of the thing when we talk about the teacher. So I'm like, how the fuck did you not realize all the goddamn names weren't on the cubbies anymore? So that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Your ass ain't paying attention to what the fuck going on in your class.
So what if she did notice that? Then what?
That shit looks suspicious.
And here's the thing: how do we know that she didn't tell Wong that? It wouldn't have made a difference.
She was like, she don't know what the fuck going on. She don't know what happened.
So I had the same question, Rod. I was like, your classroom had all of their names on it. So how the hell did you not know that they were missing?
But what can she do about that? Though?
And what difference?
That's suspicious,
right? So you
the
bring
kids
it
are
up,
gone.
You bring it up to the principal, and
but you bring that up. It's like I don't know, but all the fucking tags were gone, and I came in the room, and Mike and Alex was doing some weird shit.
What was he doing when she walked in?
Nothing.
But he left.
It just wasn't at recess.
He wasn't at recess. She noticed he walked away, so she did notice that. But when he got to the classroom, he gave her some fucking excuse, and it just didn't make sense. But then at that moment, yeah, the fucking name tags are gone. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I think that add more to her continuously wanting to talk to him because she knew he knew something. She just couldn't. She hadn't figured it out yet. So like,
well, nothing had happened by that point, though. Nothing had happened by that point.
Yeah, nothing had happened at that point. But once it did happen, y'all are expecting her to have memory. Oh, I remember now that Alex was in the room and all the name tags were
which
gone.
is why she probably wanted to talk to him.
No,
very well be.
I mean, it's a small thing, but it's a very big thing because she designed the whole class and all those tags are there. But also, it kind of made sense for me because I'm like, how are you going to take all these other items from these kids?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to get that toy from that kid's backpack? How are you going to get this thing from him?
It was the easiest route.
It's the easiest route, but she knew that Alex left, and when we went to PE, all the tags were there. When we came back from PE, all the tags are missing, and Alex is the one that was in the classroom when all this stuff went missing.
So I think that's y'all parent brain kicking in again, because even if she addresses him, like what's the solution to that? Like I seen you take the name tags off all the.
You question like, why do you take these name tags?
The cops did question them, so I'm saying maybe she did tell them, "Hey, when I left, there were name tags. When I came back, they were gone. Y'all need to talk to Alex," because the beginning of the movie clearly says the cops questioned Alex, and Alex said he doesn't know anything. So I'm not really seeing how this is again the teacher's fault,
because she was saying that. I'm not saying that it's her fault. All I'm saying is that like just give some sort of information that could help solve this case.
Y'all are okay. I think y'all are who the movie is talking to. Because the movie is saying that she is just a teacher. She's not a fucking detective. It's not her job to figure out where these kids went. It's her job to come to the class and teach the kids.
So you're adding to it. I'm not saying it's her job to be a detective and figure it out. All I'm saying is
just give. She should have told the information.
Just give some information. She's like, look, I'm just as surprised as y'all.
Right?
No, the fuck you not, because you saw this kid walk away from recess. All these tags are going off these cubicles. You're gonna notice it at some point that they're not there. You know, point you're gonna get that information to the authorities.
She didn't. It's the point I'm making,
because they didn't say it.
They didn't say a lot of things. They didn't say she should before she.
But what she did say that she have no clue.
She didn't have a clue about what happened. What reason would there have been for her to be like, "Hey, I think Alex took these 17 kids"? There's no reason for her to think that. But parents who don't want to take any responsibility for their own situations immediately blame public school teachers for everything.
But I'm not that parent. I just want to go on record and say that.
Of course.
But like but
you're still putting an unfair burden on her.
I'm not saying that again, I'm not saying that it's her fault, and I'm not placing all the blame on her. I'm saying that I feel like she could have done some things to help. And I understand the parents be like, "Yo, you don't know fucking nothing that happened in this class. You don't think it's anything. You didn't see any type of whatever." Like something.
Okay, so let's go to this. Mm-hmm. She clearly tells Wong that something is going on with Alex. She tells him that. He says, "Leave it alone." Right? So she did do part of her job. She says something is going on with Alex.
But she just wanted to talk to the kid, though.
No, at this point, I'm talking about when she goes to the house, which y'all called creepy. So on one hand, y'all are like, "Oh, she needs to give more information to the detective." And then when she tries to figure out on her own, "Oh, she's being creepy." So it's like she can't win. But regardless, she goes to the house. She looks in the window. She sees all the windows are boarded up. She tells Wong something is up with this fucking kid and their house.
I do think
nothing came from that. So if let's say she did tell the cops, "Hey man, all of these name tags were gone." Maybe the cops ask Alex, "Did you take the name tags?" And Alex says no, or Alex says yes, and then the conversation is over.
Well, so I think what came out of her telling Wong what she saw at the house was the welfare.
Was the meeting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I think something did come out of that. All I'm saying is
nothing. No. Nothing came from that, because Wong just had a meeting with her, but he never told the cops. Wong never told the cops that
he never
a welfare check at the house, which is what she said to do. So y'all are putting, I feel, unfair burden on the teacher when she did what she was supposed to do. She told her superior there needs to be a welfare check at this house. He didn't do it.
He was doing the welfare check. That's why he met with Glattus, right?
He's not a counselor. He's a principal.
But
he should have told the cops.
No, I got you. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I think he didn't tell the cops, but he was taking action himself to do a welfare check. That's why he met with Alex. So something came out of her making that call, even though Wong never took the step to tell the cops. He was just doing the action. He was just going to do the welfare check himself.
So nothing came of it then, because if he had told the cops, the story would have been completely different.
It could have been. If he had
gone to the cops and said, look, my teacher went to this person's house, but he didn't want to get his shit fucked up. But if he's like, oh, my teacher went to this kid's house, all of the windows are boarded up in newspaper, the parents are sitting on the couch just staring at the wall, I think y'all need to go over there. And the cops didn't do it. Also, we have to think about this. Y'all are putting all this burden on the teacher. Why have the cops never been to Alex's house?
They did go to Alex's house, remember?
They went.
When?
Because remember she said we got to clean this place up because the police are coming. The day after everybody disappeared, they came, they looked around.
The day after everybody disappeared.
Yeah, they went there. But
okay, I take that back.
Yeah, so no, well, I guess I'm not adding the extra step of calling the cop. I think Wong in that particular instance still thought that Juliet,
what is her name?
The teacher.
Justine.
I still think he was very dismissive of Justine.
Right.
But he still was going to at least just do his due diligence himself and just at least because he said, all right, fine, I'll call the parents, I'll meet with the parents and do it just to check it off the box.
That's crazy that y'all think that's doing due diligence.
I agree with Mike.
But that's what he did though.
This house is boarded up with newspapers and the student and the adults are staring at the wall and he doesn't call the cops. He says, I'll just call them in for a meeting.
I think he just no. I'm not. What I'm saying is that I just don't think he takes. He's fully invested in what she's saying. I think his thing is like, why the fuck are you still at the house when I told you not to go with the house?
So what makes y'all think anything would be different if she even said anything about the name tags? Yeah. They're not listening.
No. I think so. My whole thing about the name tags is that I was like, that's a stupid thing to take because that's an obvious thing that would be going missing. Because she knows all the name tags were there.
But it's so harmless, though.
And it's a kid.
And if you have someone who obviously looks at Justine like Wong looks at her, she could bring that to him and he could be completely dismissive of that as well.
Exactly.
I think more so than the teacher, to Mike's point, it's Wong's job. Once that crazy ass lady come in here and tell me that these parents are what, even when she came and the mom wasn't there and they was like, oh, he just suffered a stroke, they would know that.
Right.
They would know like nah, he ain't had no like something up with this lady. It falls on Wong way more than me to contact the police, especially after that meeting.
Bingo.
Like before he leave out of his office, hey man, my teacher went over there. She said to avoid it up. I tried to meet with the parents today. Some weird ass lady who said she was the aunt came, was being really irrational. Y'all need to go over to the house to see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not saying that any extra activity should have came out of her observing that the tags were missing. This is just me watching the movie. It's like, okay, well, that's stupid. She gonna know the fucking tags are missing. That's all I'm saying. Is like that's my point about it.
So your point is Alex is dumb.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck you gonna
that's
take
always
the tags?
your point. The kid is stupid.
Yeah, like
the kid's like 8.
Yeah, how did she gonna know that? But you know,
I think that was actually pretty damn smart.
Actually. Rather than getting caught stealing.
Yeah, no, it worked. And the other thing I was like, is that going to even work? Because that's not really theirs. Right. Yeah. That was really my biggest question. I didn't think it was going to work. And I
didn't pay close enough attention. I just assumed that each kid maybe wrote their own name on the name tag. So I didn't notice if the handwriting was the same or different. Yeah, I just assumed it was different or same.
I didn't notice.
Yeah. So, anyways,
but real quick, we can move on. I think to Wong's lack of calling the cops also speaks to the multitude of failures you can have in these particular instances and why things occur. Because Juan was told directly that something is weird. Instead of calling the cops, he didn't fully believe her, but he was like, well, I'll go just look into it myself because you fucking crazy anyway. And I told you not to do that. You did it anyway. Everybody suspect you. So, but just to make sure the box is checked, I'm going to just go look. And then if it's weird, then I'll call the cops. When he probably should have done both.
He should have called the cops when it was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird immediately. But this kind of goes to the stories that public teachers tell y'all. We told them that something was wrong here. And they say every time the fucking principal doesn't do anything. And then a school shooting happens.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, we don't know what happened. And the teacher's like, bullshit. We fucking told y'all.
So that's why I thought they didn't do a good job here. Because we don't see that from her.
I saw plenty from her because
it came later. Like I'm talking about when the parents had questions and stuff. She was just like, I don't know. I'm just as surprised as you guys, and that's what really got them riled up.
Oh well, sure, at the beginning of the movie, but like once we get 40 minutes into the film, we see that she is doing her responsibility.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah, over and above. That's
right. She lost her job for like taking.
I'm not disagreeing with that part.
Hugging kids and stuff like that.
So, right.
Yeah,
I took a kid home. I hugged him because he was crying, but like she's doing what she's supposed to do.
Well, they don't want you hugging kids. They don't want you touching kids at all.
Damn.
Imagine that. Yeah.
Anyways,
sorry.
Let's move on from y'all.
I thought that was important because we talked about it in the beginning.
Well, no, okay. Well, all right. So, Spike, what did you think of Justine and Paul's fight?
It was crazy. Like this is where it got chaotic for me. Well, not necessarily this. Comment on the next fight, but I figured that she would find a way to fend him off because I didn't think that she was going to die as the main character. So I just wondered how she was going to kill him.
I still thought she was going to die.
Really?
I mean, yeah, because I was like, I don't think anybody in this motherfucking movie is safe. So I was like, oh, she could die. She could totally die. But when he had her up on the wall and she was fucking peeling his face.
Oh man, that shit was crazy.
Damn. And then she shot him in the neck.
Still was like,
he was still going.
Yeah.
She had to shoot him in the head. So I was like, okay, this is actually okay. So I know Jalen, it's not my fault. So you didn't really think that much about Justine and Paul's fight. Okay, so let's talk about Archer and James' fight.
Shit,
this was
great.
This was about the fourth time he got up. I was like, okay.
I was done.
What do you mean? Okay,
it was too like at that point it became too chaotic.
Oh, no.
I like the complexity and the whole movie and the plot up until that point. It was like, okay, this is getting a little.
Bro, we were laughing.
I was dying.
It was funny the first 3 times.
No, it was.
But then after 5, 6, I'm like, okay, bro,
he was tossing his ass, bro, like a rag doll.
I like the fact when he was like, God damn,
man, that shit was so fucking.
It was, bro.
You wouldn't, man. What would you do? You would keep tossing that motherfucker. He keep coming. You're like, God damn, bro. What the fuck?
I would do the same thing, but I just didn't need it reiterated like that.
That shit was good.
That shit was so funny.
It was funny 4 times, 3 times. It was funny.
Yeah.
Damn, Spike.
Yeah.
That shit was dope. That shit was dope.
James starts choking Archer, but he's saved as Justine shoots him in the back of the head. So then Archer finds all the kids in the basement, but he's attacked by Glattus. He's possessed, and
that shit was scary
sent.
too.
Yo, when she just popped around the corner,
my God,
because I didn't know she was down there.
Yeah,
but yeah, so he's sent after Justine to kill her. So while this is happening, though, upstairs, Alex uses Glattus's trick. Ken shows how stupid he is. He learned the trick, and he sends the kids after Glattus. So what did y'all think about the scene where the kids are chasing Glattus down the street?
Oh, that shit was good too.
This was my problem. Like what Rod said.
Man, come on.
No, they're not even the kids chasing. That was kind of funny. But can anybody just do the spell?
Yeah, I assume.
If you know how to do it.
I thought she was a witch though.
But maybe she is part of the bloodline, and maybe that's why he can do it. I don't know. I don't know.
I ain't like that anybody could just snap the thing and make it. I ain't like.
Well, if you got the ritual down, like you know,
that's all witches are.
It's a witchcraft, I guess.
Yeah.
So she ain't a witch. That she was just practicing witchcraft. I just didn't like that part.
Spike thinking too much, but
I was because I was like, how the kids know how to do it? Like, what's going on?
Can he watch? You want to try that shit?
Yeah,
I guess.
And that was crazy too. How she had him feeding everybody to keep them alive with soup and shit.
Did he see? Yeah, that was crazy.
I don't think I caught that.
He was feeding the kids.
Yeah, you did.
He was.
He was. I thought you said she. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He was bringing the kid like the Campbell soup and stuff. Yeah.
Did he see her throw the broken twig into the water to break? Okay.
I don't think he saw that part. So I don't think he. Wait, how did the spell get broken? Oh no, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't think he knew to do that part.
Okay.
The spell broke when she died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was next.
But man, bro, this was definitely one of the most satisfying endings that I've seen in a while, because sometimes they just get away, or there's no actual revenge or retribution. And I thought this was dope. Seeing her fear and knowing what happened immediately and running and being chased by the very thing that she possessed was so fucking great. And the reactions of her going through every single house, of the people in the houses to people coming through, was awesome,
get to
bro.
the yard.
Right.
There's a man in the kitchen.
Man, and when they just, cause I'm like, there's no way your old ass gonna keep outrunning these damn kids.
Right.
This whole scene was perfect.
Yes.
Them busting
through. That's what I was gonna say. That shit was crazy.
I was in tears, and I can't even explain why it was funny. It just was. These little kids.
And the one little girl that hawked her ass down.
Yes.
She jumped on her back. I was dying.
She hawked her ass down, man. That little girl hawked her down, dog. Oh, that was too funny.
With Ken. This was the most satisfying ending when they tore her ass apart.
Yeah.
Oh man, this was so goddamn good, man. And they were eating her and shit. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. But yeah, so the kids tear Glattus's ass apart, which breaks the spell on everyone. And Archer finds Matthew, but Matthew's not coherent anymore. Justine finds Alex upstairs hugging his parents, but the parents aren't coherent anymore. And the little girl comes back and she says how the parents are still being spoon-fed somewhere and how only some of the kids started talking again. And that's where the film ends.
That was so sad. But no happy ending.
No.
So, it works. Because I thought once she was dead, the spell would be broken and everybody would return back to normal. When I just saw the kids just standing there, I'm like, oh shit. Which I guess makes sense because nobody dropped the twig in the water or whatever the spell bonding thing was in the water to break it. So they don't know to do that.
But technically nobody dropped the twig in the water to free Archer either. He wasn't under the possession for that long. It was very short.
It's kind of like bed rest. You know, like when people are on bed rest, they can't fucking walk anymore because they've been on bed rest for so long.
So that's why you think he was able to, the spell broke on him.
Yes, because he was only possessed for a very short period of time. So I think it's kind of a statement on how a lot of times the way trauma works. You know, if these kids went through a lot of trauma, it's going to last longer. And adults can get over trauma quicker. But if it's a trauma involving your kid the way Alex's parents went through and they were directly involved and they were possessed for a long time, then it's what's the word?
Because the parents were
irreversible.
Yeah, and the parents were under
they were under a spell for a long time, so they never recovered. But you could also look at it like, well, it doesn't matter. We ain't got to get that deep into it. But yeah, I thought it was a perfect ending.
It was sad, but I was like, damn, man. But it makes total sense and no happy ending, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah, it took me on my ride home to even think about the school shooting angle because Barbarian again was really good, but you had to figure out, okay, what was the message here? And then that made the movie really good for me, or even better or whatever. This one, I was just like, I don't understand what the fuck is going on. Maybe this is just even without the message, I think this works very well. Even if it's just a regular ass horror movie about a witch, I'm like, this works perfectly. But I was stuck on why the fuck is there an AR-15? Then I started thinking about, okay, I think this was a sort of commentary on the way school shootings work and the way trauma works. But
weapons using.
That's why they're called weapons.
Adults as using an adult as a weapon, using the kids as a weapon. Do you think that he put that gun in there just to make sure that people got it for those that probably missed it in Barbarian?
I think so. I think so, because a lot of people totally missed the point in Barbarian, including me. A lot of people missed it. So I think he was trying to make it very clear this time. And yeah, of course, I was thinking about why are they called weapons, but then you look at how when a school shooting happens, everything's weaponized by the right and the left. You know, the left do it in that we got to start talking about, law changes right now, and then the right is like, there are no law changes. This is just a bad guy with a gun, and the fix for that is a good guy with a gun. So it's always this thing of like using kids, especially with trauma, as weapons for your own political idea. But yeah, I thought this was an excellent film. So does anybody have any final thoughts?
No, I know he actually the Josh Brolin's character actually said something about the way the children are being weaponized or whatever. He said it was, I can't remember his actual quote, but it was just like the hook of the movie when he said it. I felt like so, but I'm still left a little bit wondering. Okay, the motive behind the witch.
What do you mean?
Like, I get like I said, I get that she needed to, I guess, wanted to live longer or whatever. I get all of that. I just never got like, why does she pick her own family to do that with? Like that just never made sense to me.
I just always look at it as witches are very selfish, especially if she is, like Spike said, if that is correct by her being 800 years old, then she just picked a random family, and that's the way it works. I mean, just in the whole situation was the same thing in the movie The Witch, whereas the witch was like killing and eating children in order to live longer, which that's an old
Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah, it's like that's an old folklore with that's how witches work, is they eat kids or they consume kids in order to live longer. So they just carried this in here.
That's what it was. I was wondering why she wasn't eating the kids and how was she getting that energy by them just being there. So that's what I left with, because I always known that that be the not trope, I guess, the folklore or whatever, that they have to eat the kids, and that wasn't happening. So I was just like, okay, so how was she getting this?
So that's where the consumption part comes in.
Came in it. Like she was taking over their brain. Like that's why they put those two examples as far as what they was watching in the classroom.
Got it.
And what they was watching.
And that's why she said he's touched with a bit of consumption. Because that's what consumption is. It's just using something.
She was taking over the energy from
okay, thank you. So yeah, that makes it make more sense to me now. Got it.
All right. Anybody else? Well, all right.
All hearts and minds are clear.
What happened?
All hearts and minds are clear.
Open. All right. Well, that was our review. Make sure you leave a comment, share it with a friend, and we will see y'all next time.
Peace.